Are you over 65 and finding it harder to lift yourself out of a chair, carry groceries, or play with your grandchildren without feeling like your strength has vanished overnight? You're not imagining it. Your body is quietly losing muscle mass at an alarming rate, and most people don't even realize it's happening until it's nearly too late. The most heartbreaking part? You might believe this weakness is just normal aging, but here's the truth. It's not. In fact, there's one powerful daily habit that can rebuild lost muscle in just weeks, helping seniors regain the strength, confidence, and independence they thought was gone forever. And no, it doesn't require a gym, expensive equipment, or risky supplements. In this video, you'll discover a simple science-backed method proven by Harvard and Mayo Clinic to reverse decades of muscle loss. Stay until the end, because I'm going to show you a daily 15-minute routine that has transformed lives after 70. Let me introduce you to someone who refused to accept weakness as part of aging. If you're serious about reclaiming your strength, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more trusted content on senior health, longevity, and independence. This channel is where elderly reflections meet modern solutions. Our goal? To help you age with power, peace, and pride. Now let's begin the journey. Most seniors don't realize it, but the slow loss of strength they feel year after year isn't just age catching up. It's a silent epidemic called sarcopenia, and it could be robbing you of your independence faster than you think. Let me tell you about Gerald, a 74-year-old former postman from Minnesota. He once walked miles a day delivering mail through snowstorms without complaint. But now, even bending down to tie his shoes left him winded. The mailbag he once carried with ease? He struggled just to lift his shopping bags from the car. His balance felt off. His daughter noticed he avoided the stairs and began helping him up from chairs. At first, he joked about it, but deep down, Gerald was scared. His doctor told him this weakness was just part of aging. But something in Gerald refused to believe it was that simple, and he was right. After a few nights searching online for answers, Gerald discovered something shocking. After 60, the average person loses 3 to 5% of muscle mass per decade. By the time you reach 70, you may have lost 30–40% of your original strength. This isn't just inconvenient. This is dangerous. This is sarcopenia. And yet, most people, even most doctors, rarely talk about it. According to Dr. Thomas Miller, a renowned geriatric specialist, sarcopenia is just as serious as osteoporosis, but because it creeps in quietly, it's often ignored until someone falls, breaks a bone, or loses the ability to care for themselves. What shocked Gerald most wasn't the risk. It was the fact that this decline was reversible. Dr. Miller emphasized, with the right intervention, you can rebuild strength. Age is not a limitation. Gerald began keeping a notebook, tracking not just how he felt physically, but emotionally too. I wasn't just losing muscle, he wrote. I was losing my sense of identity. His story is more than data. It's the voice of millions of seniors who silently carry the burden of diminishing strength while pretending everything is okay. Gerald's experience represents a hard truth. Many seniors internalize weakness as a moral failure, believing that if they were just more active or had more willpower, they wouldn't be declining. But this belief is not only false, it's dangerous. Sarcopenia is a medical condition with biological causes, and it requires a targeted solution. But here's where most seniors make a crucial mistake. They believe walking daily or doing light stretches will bring their strength back. Sadly, they're wrong. That's not an opinion, it's science. Dr. Rebecca Collins, an exercise physiologist from the National Institute on Aging, explains, low-impact movement like walking or yoga helps preserve existing function, but it does almost nothing to rebuild what's been lost. In fact, a major study tracked hundreds of seniors over 2 years and found that those who relied solely on walking lost more muscle than they gained. Gerald, like many others, had fallen into the same trap. He walked every morning, did a few stretches, even tried light water aerobics, but he still found himself getting weaker with each passing month. His legs ached after short errands. He needed both hands to push himself up from the sofa. More than once, he skipped outings with friends just to avoid the stares at their homes. These little decisions, rooted in fatigue, began to form a loop. Less movement leading to more weakness, which led to even less movement. It wasn't until he discovered the science behind protein synthesis that everything changed. So what is protein synthesis and why does it matter? According to Mayo Clinic research, protein synthesis is the process your body uses to build new muscle. As you age, this process becomes sluggish, unless you give your muscles a very specific kind of signal. Dr. James Wilson from the Mayo Clinic says, "We've studied seniors in their 70s, 80s, even 90s. When we activate protein synthesis properly, we see up to 35% gains in muscle mass within weeks. It's not a miracle, it's biology." In one Mayo Clinic trial, a group of seniors who could barely walk were introduced to a specific resistance-based routine. After just 8 weeks, their leg strength increased by an average of 174%. Imagine doubling your strength in just 2 months. Imagine going from needing help out of a chair to lifting your grandkids again. It's not only possible, it's been done. What these studies revealed was not just a method, it was hope. Hope for the 73-year-old woman in Texas who wanted to return to gardening. Hope for the 81-year-old grandfather who missed carrying his own groceries. Hope for anyone who's looked at their reflection and thought, "Where did the strong version of me go?" But only with the right kind of movement. Not walking, not stretching, but something that targets the biological switches your muscles respond to. The problem? No one tells seniors this. Not mainstream fitness guides, not most doctors, not even physical therapists, unless they're specialists in geriatric care. And when the message does reach seniors, it's often watered down into generic advice that feels unrelatable or intimidating. That's why Gerald's story is so important. Because like you, he didn't know. But once he understood the cause of his weakness and discovered the solution, everything changed. Within 3 weeks of starting a simple habit, he began to feel steadier, stronger, more in control. He reported fewer instances of dizziness. His daughter stopped offering her hand each time he stood up. His confidence, which had quietly faded over the years, returned in the most unexpected ways. He started dancing again at his senior center's monthly event. Just a little sway, but it meant everything. Gerald's progress wasn't magic. It was the result of a simple yet powerful habit. And it's the same one that has helped thousands of seniors go from fragile to firm, from dependent to independent. The habit is called progressive resistance training, and it may be the most overlooked tool in the fight against age-related muscle loss. Unlike traditional senior exercises that aim to maintain mobility, this approach is designed to build back strength by challenging your muscles gradually and systematically. But here's the best part. It doesn't require a gym, a personal trainer, or fancy machines. Just 15 minutes a day and the will to begin. Let's talk about what progressive resistance training actually is. It involves exercises that use your own body weight, simple resistance bands, or household items to work your muscles against force. The key? You increase the difficulty slightly over time as you get stronger. This progressive challenge is what tells your body, hey, we still need these muscles. Keep building. It's how the body responds to load. And when paired with consistency, it triggers protein synthesis, the very biological switch we talked about in part 1. Remember Dr. James Wilson's study at Mayo Clinic? The seniors in their 90s who doubled their leg strength? They were using this exact method. Meet Eleanor, 76, a retired school principal from Oregon. After a fall that left her bedridden for weeks, she feared she'd never walk independently again. Her daughter, a physical therapist, introduced her to a simple 3-exercise routine using resistance bands. At first, I felt silly, Eleanor admits. I didn't think pulling on rubber cords would help, but within 2 weeks I could stand up from the sofa without using my hands. By week 6, she was walking around the block again. More importantly, she said, I didn't feel scared of falling anymore. This transformation is not rare. According to the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research, Seniors who engage in resistance training just 3 times a week gain more muscle than those who walk for 30 minutes every day. Dr. Sandra Adams, a geriatric medicine specialist, explains, "It's the single most effective intervention we've found for reversing sarcopenia. Resistance training wakes the muscles back up. It's as close to a fountain of youth as we've seen. And resistance training isn't just about legs. It's about hands that can grip jars again, backs that can hold you upright through the day, and arms that can reach high shelves without trembling." Consider Bernard, an 80-year-old jazz musician from New Orleans. Years of sitting at the piano had rounded his posture and weakened his shoulders. "I started noticing my hands couldn't stretch the keys like they used to," he shared. "My back ached after one song." His granddaughter gifted him a pair of resistance bands and a guide. He started slow, just 10 minutes a day of light band pulls and wall presses. 2 months later, he was back to playing hour-long sets without a break. "It gave me back my music," he said with tears in his eyes. The deeper truth is this: movement is tied to meaning. It's not just muscles you're regaining, it's your rituals, your routines, your ability to live life on your terms. Resistance training has been shown in multiple studies to improve not just physical function, but mood, memory, and even sleep. The act of moving purposefully, with intention, becomes a message to your brain. I'm still here. I'm still capable. You may be thinking, that sounds great, but where do I start? The answer is, right where you are. You don't need to sign up for anything. You don't need equipment that costs hundreds. You can begin with what's already in your home. Start by sitting in a firm chair with your back straight and slowly straightening one leg at a time until it's parallel to the floor. Hold the position for about 3 seconds, then lower the leg and repeat this about 10 times for each side. After that, practice standing up from the same chair without using your hands. Try to lower yourself back down slowly and repeat this movement 10 times. Then, move to a wall and perform a few wall push-ups by placing your hands at shoulder height on the wall and bringing your chest toward it in a controlled motion before pushing back. Once you're comfortable, consider adding light weights like water bottles to do bicep curls, lifting them toward your shoulders and slowly lowering them back down. For your core, while seated, raise one knee toward your chest, hold for a couple of seconds, and alternate legs for about 10 reps. This entire routine can be done in just 15-20 minutes and is enough to send your muscles the signal they need. As you progress, add resistance bands or small weights to increase the challenge. But never forget, the foundation of your success isn't intensity, it's consistency. Let's go back to Gerald. After 4 weeks of this routine, he could carry his groceries without resting. After 2 months, he no longer feared stairs. But what mattered most? "I stopped feeling old," he said. "I started feeling capable again." That's the power of resistance training. It doesn't just strengthen your legs or arms, it rebuilds your confidence, renews your independence, and returns to you the dignity that aging tries to steal. And remember, this isn't just about vanity or fitness. It's about preventing falls, avoiding nursing homes, and staying in charge of your life. So if you've been feeling slower, weaker, more hesitant, please know, this is not your fault. It's not weakness. It's biology waiting to be reawakened. And that awakening begins with a single step, a single chair stand, a single decision to act today. And we're not done yet. In the final part of this video, you'll learn the nutritional secret that triples your strength gains and the critical mistakes 87% of seniors make when doing resistance exercises. These next insights could mean the difference between improvement and injury. Let's keep going. By now, you've seen what consistent resistance training can do. But here's the truth most people won't tell you. Even the best exercise routine can fail if you're making silent mistakes that cancel out your hard work. In fact, studies show 87% of seniors unknowingly sabotage their muscle gains by doing just a few things wrong. Add to that a lack of the right nutrition, and you've got a recipe for frustration instead of transformation. Let's start with the most common mistake: poor form. It's easy to think that pulling harder or moving faster means better results. But when it comes to muscle building in older adults, speed can be the enemy. Jerky movements, limited range of motion, or bad posture not only reduce effectiveness, they increase injury risk. Dr. Emily Barkley, a specialist in rehabilitation medicine, explains, most injuries in senior training aren't caused by the exercises themselves, but by doing them too fast with poor control. That means slower is better. More control equals more muscle activation. Precision always beats power. Then there's using resistance that's too heavy too soon. Many seniors overestimate what they need to use and end up hurting joints or tendons. The goal isn't to lift the heaviest item in the room. It's to perform the movement with proper form, through a full range of motion, and with a level of challenge you can recover from. When in doubt, start lighter than you think, and only increase resistance once you've mastered the movement. Progress should be gradual, not painful. Another silent killer of progress? Holding your breath. When you lift or push, it's natural to tense up and hold in your breath, but this can spike blood pressure dangerously. Instead, you should exhale on the effort, inhale on the return. This simple breathing rhythm helps regulate your heart rate and keeps oxygen flowing to your muscles. It also helps calm the nervous system, allowing your body to move more freely and with less internal resistance. And finally, perhaps the most overlooked yet crucial mistake, ignoring pain signals. There's a difference between good sore and pain. Sharp stabbing discomfort is a sign to stop and reassess. Always listen to your body. Muscle burn is okay. Joint pain is not. Martha, 72, learned this the hard way. She started using resistance bands after seeing her neighbor improve. I pulled them as hard and fast as I could, thinking more effort meant faster results. 2 weeks in, her shoulder throbbed. After visiting a physical therapist, she learned proper technique, slower tempo, controlled motion, posture awareness. It wasn't about working harder, she said. It was about working smarter. There's another common trap: inconsistency. Even if your form is perfect and your nutrition is on point, skipping workouts or stopping completely after 2 weeks will erase your gains. The body responds to what you do most often, not what you do once in a while. Think of muscle like a garden. Water it daily and it blooms. Neglect it for too long and it fades. Repetition builds rhythm, and rhythm rebuilds your strength. Now let's talk nutrition, the often missing key that unlocks all your effort. If you're not feeding your muscles what they need to rebuild, you're working against biology. According to research in the Journal of Gerontology, combining resistance training with strategic protein intake increases muscle growth in seniors by over 300%. That's not a typo. 300% more muscle gain from the same amount of exercise, simply by eating the right way. Dr. Catherine White, a nutritional gerontologist, puts it plainly. Older adults actually need more protein than younger people to trigger muscle synthesis. Aging muscles are slower to respond, so they need a bigger push. That push? High-quality protein in the right dose, at the right time. This is where many seniors unknowingly fall short. They either eat too little protein, spread it thinly across the day, or eat most of it at dinner, long after their workouts. But timing matters. You should aim for at least 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. That's about 80-90 grams for most seniors. But the most critical piece isn't just how much, it's when. To get the most out of your workout, you should consume 25-30 grams of protein within 30 minutes after finishing your routine. This is called the anabolic window, and it's the moment your body is most ready to rebuild. Let's look at Thomas, 69, who'd been doing his resistance routine for over a month with barely any progress. I felt a little better, but nothing was changing, he said. Then a friend told him about protein timing. I started having a protein shake right after my sessions, just Greek yogurt, a banana, and some whey powder. 2 weeks later, his arms were firmer, his legs stronger. It was like my body finally got the message. Want more proof? A long-term study from Tufts University followed seniors who added 30 grams of post-workout protein and compared them to a control group. After 3 months, the protein group gained 3.5 pounds of lean muscle mass and reduced their fall risk by 40%. And they weren't lifting heavy weights, just doing light, consistent resistance exercises. Some simple post-workout protein options that work especially well for seniors include a smoothie made with Greek yogurt and fresh fruit, which offers both protein and natural sugars for recovery. A boiled egg paired with a slice of whole grain toast is another easy and effective choice, offering a good balance of protein and complex carbohydrates. For those on the go, a low-sugar protein bar can be convenient. Just be sure to check the ingredients for quality. Cottage cheese with berries provides a creamy, refreshing option rich in casein protein, which digests slowly to support muscle repair. And of course, a small portion of chicken or fish served with steamed vegetables gives a full meal feel. Perfect for lunch after a morning workout. Even soups can be powerful if made with lentils, beans, or lean meats. What matters is getting that protein in quickly, not waiting until dinner. Think of it like this. Your muscles are open doors for 30-60 minutes post-workout. If you walk through them with the right nutrients, you rebuild. If you wait too long, the opportunity closes. It's not about eating like a bodybuilder. It's about fueling your body so it can do what it was made to do: repair and grow. Every workout breaks your muscle fibers slightly. That's a good thing. It's the trigger for regrowth. But that regrowth can't happen without the right building blocks. Protein is the brick and mortar. Don't skip it. And finally, celebrate your progress. One of the most powerful motivators for seniors is seeing the difference their effort makes. Keep a simple journal. Write down what exercises you did, how you felt, what you ate. Take a picture every few weeks. Measure not just your body, but your energy, your confidence, how often you can say yes instead of no to things you once avoided. Use a calendar and mark an X each day you show up for yourself. Watch the chain grow. This visual feedback creates momentum. Let's loop back to Gerald one last time. He didn't just regain strength, he got his rhythm back. "I don't just feel stronger," he said. "I feel more like myself." And that's what this journey is really about. Not perfection, but reclamation. Reclaiming your voice, your pace, your independence. Reclaiming your identity as someone who doesn't give up, even when the world tells you it's too late. So here's your next step. Take action. Not tomorrow, not someday, today. Revisit the routine. Focus on form. Add that protein. Be gentle with yourself, but be relentless in your consistency. You've spent a lifetime giving to others. Now it's your turn. Your body still remembers how to heal. Your muscles still know how to grow. You are not broken. You are simply rebuilding, and you're not doing it alone. Thousands of seniors, just like you, are already reclaiming their strength, one rep at a time, one breath at a time, one decision at a time. Let us know in the comments below what you'll try first. Share this video with someone you care about. And remember, you're never too old to feel strong again. And if this message spoke to you, if even one part of Gerald's journey reminded you of your own, please consider liking this video and subscribing. It helps us continue sharing these stories and science-backed tips with more people who need it. We'd also love to know, where in the world are you watching from? Drop a comment below and share a bit of your journey. Whether you're 60, 70, 80, or beyond, your reflections, your courage, and your wisdom matter. Together, we're not just aging, we're rising.